Hi there, my name is Mrs. Sue Ito, and I'm excited to be your child's teacher this year. I thought I'd make this video so that we could go over some of my classroom routines and expectations that I have of you at home and your child so that we can spend the whole time when I see you this week to get to know you and your child a little bit better.
So the first thing I want to share with you is our timetable. And you can see here that we have a variety of activities that happen throughout the week. The first thing I want you to notice is that we have calendar time every day. And this is the time of the day where we learn about counting the days of the week, months of the year, how many days we've been in school, and so on. We also have our VIP sharing time during this time, and you probably have noticed if your child has been the VIP already that they have brought home a blue Ellison Bulldog sharing bag. What I'd like them to do with that sharing bag is when you see it in their backpack, that's an indication that their VIP day is the next day, and they are to put one item in there that they can bring to school, and the students will use their critical thinking to try and guess what's in that bag. You'll also see that we have Words Their Way. That is my spelling program, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later on in the video. I do need to have a 5-day week to do that program. So if we ever have long weekends like the one coming up, then you will notice that we do not do spelling that week. I also have Daily 5 and Daily Math. So both of those programs, Daily 5 is my literacy program, and I do it in small group instructions. So what I do is I level the students according to their reading level, and I like to do activities with them that is at their level, so they are either not feeling frustrated or they're feeling challenged at the level that they're at. The same thing goes for daily math. I do it in small group instruction, and the same thing works with their levels as well in math. You'll also notice we have gym a couple times a week and book exchange. So on those days, we do not have daily PE, which is DPA, but I do always allow students time in the morning for a healthy morning snack and some outside time. Please ensure that you pack the student's home reading bag on the same day that we have library so that they are prepared and they have new books that they can take home for the week. I also have centers scheduled for almost every day, and that is because I believe play is super important at this age, and it teaches the students to share, to collaborate, to cooperate, and just practice kindness. If you have any questions about this timetable, you will be getting a copy of it at the parent teacher conference, and you can ask me about it then.
Your child will be bringing home a planner or an agenda every day, and this is what it looks like this year. I would like you to get into the habit of checking the front pouch. I like to call this front pouch right here their hot dog pouch. And what it does is it has a spot where we can put all of our things in. So, for example, if I'm sending home a letter or a permission form, I train the students to put them in their hot dog pouches. And I call them a hot dog pouch because when you have a piece of paper, there's two ways to fold it. So you can fold it this way, which is like a hot dog, or you can fold it this way, which is like a hamburger. And the reason why I have them fold it like a hot dog is so that when they do put it into their clear pouch, it sticks out the top so that you can see when their planner is closed or their agenda is closed, you can see something sticking out the top and then you know to check it. Also, what I want you to put into that hot dog pouch is the home reading slips. So some of you have probably already, well, I know most of you have already done this. So in their home reading bags, they have 5 of these blue slips. And these blue slips, every time they read for 15 minutes a day, you are to fill out one of these slips and then you can put it into their hot dog pouch. And the students know every morning when they come to school, they are to put that blue slip in their hot dog pouch and any other forms that might need to come back. And they know to put them in the proper places in the classroom. Another thing with the agenda is when students are filling out their agenda, you can see that there's a blank spot down here. So the students know to write in this area up top. If you have anything that you'd like to tell me or write to me, please write it in this space down below so that we're not taking up space where the students write. I'd like you to initial it every day so that way I know that you've looked at it. And yeah, this is a really good, valuable tool that we can use to communicate for school and home. So I want to talk a little bit more about the home reading. So your child has been bringing home a home reading bag, and in there have been 5 books at his or her level, and in there will be 5 blue slips like this. So on the blue slips, every time your child reads for 15 minutes, I'd like you to fill out one of these blue slips and then put it in their hot dog pouch. So there's different types of reading that I'd like you to practice with your child. We have books, sight words, and Raz Kids. Now, I haven't quite got your Raz Kids set up yet because I'm still waiting for licensing from the district to go through, but there are sight words that I want your child to practice. So some of you have gotten a paper like this. It might not be this particular one, but it is ones that I would like you to practice. These are words that you can't really sound out. That's why they're called sight words. So, for example, like why does me say me and the says the. So it's important that your child practices these so that they should recognize them within 2 to 3 seconds. When they have learned all of these words, you can just write a note in that little blank spot in their agenda and let me know to test them on them, and then I will send another list home. Some of my students have already learned all of the sight words, especially those in grade 2, so this would not apply to you. You might notice too on Mondays that they bring home a spelling sort. So this spelling sort is, it's a spelling sort because it has these star words on it. So these star words are words that are the main categories where the spelling words get sorted into. So for example, bat would go under cat, can would go under man, and so on. What I want you to do is on Mondays, when they get this, they will take this paper home, they will cut them out and sort them, and then just write them on a scrap piece of paper. I'd like you to practice these words every week or every day with them throughout the week, and then they will get a test for it on Friday. Please know that the students need to know how to read these words, spell them, and sort them. When it comes to the sight words, they only need to know how to read them. So there is a difference. These ones, they need to know how to read, write, and sort. And these ones, they just need to know how to read. Another thing I'd like to share with you is my website. So my website address is sueito.weebly.com. But if you can't remember that, that's okay. Just check for any email that you get from me, and there's a link for my website in the bottom of my signature every time. So when you go to my website, there's a bunch of tabs at the top. There's the home tab and about me. But what I'd like you to know is this homework tab. So the students will be writing in their agendas every day, like I said. So here is where they will be copying it from. Every week I will be updating it so that if your child is away and you want to know what they need for the next day, or if they if you're on holidays and you want to know what's going on, just come back to this agenda page and it will show you exactly what the students will be writing in their agenda. So for example, you can see on Wednesdays, they need to make sure that they write down home reading bags and library books so that they bring that for the next day. Also on my website, I have a weekly spelling word. So if your child is away on a Monday or you're away for a longer period of time and you want to keep your child up to date on the spelling sorts that we'll be doing, you can go to the spelling tab and here it'll just show a link to the words. So for example, you can just click here and then it will link you exactly to the sort that we will be working on, or that group will be working on that week. Also, another thing that I'd like you to know in that spelling tab is sometimes when the spelling sorts get a little bit tougher, and I had to do this as well, these are the masters for the spelling test letter name. It's right in the green where it says sorts 1 to 22, spelling test letter name. So if you click on that, it links you to the master copies. Now, if you look at these master copies, you can see that there's a bunch of words that are above a straight line down at the bottom here. So the very top words are the star words. They don't have stars on here, but that's the column that they need to be sorted into. So if you look at sort 1, cat is a star word, and man is a star word. All the words that the students have been practicing are below that, but above the solid line. The words that are below the solid line, we call those bonus words. And once the students get used to doing all of these spelling words, once in a while I will throw in some bonus words. These are words that the students haven't had a chance to practice, but they follow the same word families and spelling rule. And it just helps me identify whether or not they are really understanding how to do these sorts. So always check back for that spelling word tab. If you're confused on where the words go, they can get a little bit difficult. If you forget some, or if you want some ideas on how to try different ways to practice with your child at home, you can go to the Parent Weekly Practice Letter. And here it just shows you some ideas on what you can do just to make practicing the words at home a little more fun. There we go. So here you can see that the talks about what to do on Monday. So on Monday here, you would cut out the words. You'd ask your child to sort the words into the star categories. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it tells you that you could do a word hunt or you could do a buddy sort with your child. And then here's a whole bunch of different ways too that you can just make practicing those words at home a little more fun. So sometimes we do have activities that happen in the school, like Halloween parties, Christmas parties, or field trips. So I would welcome any volunteers who would like to come and join us on any of those activities. The only thing I ask is that you make sure you go to the office and check with Mrs. Chuka that you have the criminal record check done. So she will be able to look it up for you if you have done it in last year, or if you are new to volunteering in the school, it's important that you have that proper paperwork done. It's no cost to you at all, but it does need to be done if you would like to volunteer in a class. The last thing I'd like to share with you is my philosophy on flexible seating. So I do have a flexible seating classroom, and I'll show you the video shortly on what it looks like. So the philosophy behind flexible seating is that students learn best when they are comfortable. So think about a scenario at your house, like if you are playing on your phone or you're reading a book, would you sit at a kitchen table in a hard chair reading your book, or would you rather cozy up on a couch with a pillow or in your bed and just be comfortable? So students learn best when they are comfortable. So I'm going to share a little video of my flexible seating classroom so you can see what the students have every day.
So welcome to my flexible seating classroom. Here we have a standing table where students can work if they prefer to stand while working. We have a round table that has some office chairs on it. Then we have a couple desks here that have these wobbly cushions on them. And then another set that has these wobbly stools. Here we have a bar seating where they can sit on higher stools. That's called my rainbow table while I'll be working with students, small groups. And then we have the low table where students can sit on these cute little cushions, the VIP chair, and then here are the love seat and the couches. And that is the tour of our flexible seating classroom. The students love it, and so do I.
So take a chance to, or take some time to ask your child where they sat today or where they sat that day, and do you feel like it was their best learning there? And yeah, it's just been really enjoyable for everyone. And I believe that it's really a great opportunity for students to do their best learning. So that's it. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Please jot down any questions that you might have for me and bring them to the conference this week. And I am really looking forward to meeting you in person and getting to spend the year with your child.